Alrighty, Void. So, I'm gonna have to watch series as I can, and as those are tricky to fit in, especially if they're longer running ones. I started up Adventure Time, but that's gonna take me a little while to get through, even though the episodes are very short. I'm watching that with someone else, so got a schedule. But Azumanga Daioh, always be able to make time for. So, I love this series. I'm just gonna say that straight off. Azumanga Daioh, it still holds up very, very well. It's still quite quotable, still batshit. And at the same time, it's still very heartfelt. And that's what really sells this one above other slice of life Waha series. Like, this is kind of feels to me like a bit of a precursor to Nichijou, which I already did a review way back when on. But Nichijou is utterly surreal, while this one is much more grounded. This one is it still has its surreal moments, but those are clearly the characters daydreaming or fantasizing. While Nichijou just goes all out, this series kind of they still have the same kind of humor, but that one's more waha. While this one, it's still very funny, but the character there's a lot more heart in it. It's hard to find Nichijou heartfelt. This series walks so Nichijou could run headlong into a wall. Alright, so then this one essentially follows a group of 6 high school girls through, well, their high school experience. And it's pretty much you actually go through all 3 years with them, and as things change, as they grow, and as they deal with pretty much their everyday life. That said, the cast themselves are definitely out there, and their teachers are also just... Well, their homeroom teacher is utterly batshit. It's probably someone who should not be allowed around kids at IDS, but... Anyway. So, just a quick overview of the cast, I suppose. Then, we have Tomo, the overeager wildcat, who's just a ball of energy. Then Ayumu, or Osaka, the transfer student who's such a space cadet. And Sakaki, the tall, cool, collected one who really just loves cute animals and is the sweetie. Yomi, the straight person of the group. Straight man. Anyway. Then Kagura joins more in the second year, since she's only shown briefly in the first year as the sports and hyper-competitive one. And then there is Chio, the 10-year-old prodigy who just was promoted straight to high school. So there's a few other characters, but that's the core. Though I still count Kaorin in there as the girl who's utterly in love with Sakaki, but keeps being thwarted by circumstance and one of the creepy teachers. So, the most surreal thing about it is the fact that a 10-year-old is attending high school. Beyond that, it's pretty grounded. Unless the characters are having pretty much just like their thoughts go. And pretty much you see them go through their culture festivals, their class trips, their sports events, as well as their entrance exams, and just how they deal with these very real situations. And it's pretty much about how their friendship just grows, endures, and just... By the end of it, you feel like you just want to keep on with these characters. Like, you get to the end of the school year, and it feels very... You can feel the tears kind of building up as, they're about to part ways, go on to the real world as their high school life is ending. It's like you're about to separate from your friends because you feel a part of this group. The characters play off of each other beautifully. That said, the series is ridiculous, and particularly how the characters... having this many big personalities interacting and clashing, the normal situations they go through, they do take to comedic extremes, particularly with Osaka's surreal trains of thought and their teacher Yukari's over-the-top bad driving. It does take things up a degree above realistic, but it's to the point of silliness, but it does still feel... I don't know, it's hard to describe Azumanga Daioh, but it is very funny. The core of it is just, it's very well timed. They there's a lot of repetition humor and a lot of dead air waiting for reactions things, but they know exactly how long to hold it on and exactly how many times to make the repeating before it gets like old or frustrating. Like just seeing two characters staring at each other after one person said something silly, it'll hold the perfect number of beats before one of them will just repeat it again, repeat what they just said again, and well, the faces will just change to be more, "Are you serious?" And it knows exactly how long to keep that on before it gets old. So the comedic timing in Azumanga Daioh is the selling point here. And the opening and closing themes they're not my favorites, but damn, they're catchy. Azumanga is one I kind of grew up with in the anime world, and it's one I come back to. I bought this one brand new. This box set is definitely beat to heck. So, and that's just because I have rewatched the series more than one occasion. I've seen it completely through, I'd say, 4 or 5 times easy. And with how much else you guys see me watching, the fact that I keep coming back to this one does say something. Azumanga Daioh is a 10 for me. It just is. And I don't know how easy it is to find nowadays, since a lot of these older animes, this is only 2002, but thinking about that, it's like 22 years ago. A lot of these ones, they are a little bit trickier to come across, so if you can, definitely give it a watch. I highly recommend it. Alright, bud. See you soon.